Hi there and welcome to another Midweek Memo. Bread. Perhaps you had some for your breakfast. It's all over the scriptures. And we've been thinking most recently about the feeding of the 4,000. That's right, I said 4,000, that's not a mistake. There is a feeding of the 5,000, but in Mark's Gospel there are two miracles like this, the 5,000 and the 4,000. When Jesus feeds the 5,000 in Mark chapter 6, the disciples initially are very skeptical. It's going to take half a year's wages to get food for all this lot of people. But the miracle happens, all those 5,000 people and their wives and children perhaps are fed. And yet, only shortly after, Jesus finds himself in a similar situation with a similar crowd, slightly smaller. And the disciples, again, are completely bamboozled. How in this remote place are we going to find enough to feed all these people? Well, unsurprisingly for us, Jesus again performs an amazing miracle. But let's not miss the fact that it was a total surprise all over again for the disciples. What did they miss? Well, they'd forgotten. Quite simply, they'd forgotten. The Lord Jesus had done something amazing for 5,000, and now in a slightly lesser situation, somehow that just didn't resonate for them anymore. And they thought, there's no way we can accomplish this in our own strength. And so it is sometimes with us. We forget. We remember at times what the Lord has done in the past, and then we find ourselves confronted with a difficult situation, and we totally ignore the fact that the Lord, who's done far greater things in the past, could easily come and solve this one too today. And so, how might we combat that? Well, perhaps you've made your cup of tea in the morning or whatever you like to drink. And like me, at some stage in the past, you've been taught that simple way of praying. The teaspoon, thank you, sorry, please. And perhaps for now, it's a time to remember the T, the thank you. Thanks, of course, is the right thing to do towards a generous God. But it's actually really helpful for us because when we're thankful, we remember what God has done in the past, and that helps us to believe in him for the future. 3 notices to share with you. While we're on the subject of breakfast, this Saturday we have a much more wholesome and beautiful breakfast on offer. And not just that, an opportunity for women in our church family to get together and encourage one another in their faith. Our women's breakfast happening here in church at 8:30 this Saturday morning. Do sign up on the website for that. Closer to now, this evening, in fact, we are doing the first of our ancient prayer practices session. We're looking at the ancient practice of Lectio Divina, praying the scriptures. We'd love to see you there, 8 p.m. start for that. And finally, we've got a call out for some help with our centre. We have this wonderful facility that we want to share with the community. There's already loads of wonderful stuff going on. In order to use it better, we need a bigger team of people who are able to unlock and lock the centre to enable it to be used by others. If you've got some time free and you'd be prepared to make yourself available, we would love to hear from you. We can tell you exactly what you need to do. It's not arduous. We'd love to hear from you. Do message the office or get in touch with me directly. Thanks for listening.